Welcome to Solar Esports, and today we'll be going over the history of Cloud9 League of Legends. Cloud9, like many other North American esports organizations, began its journey in League of Legends. It begins with a team known as Quantic Gaming. This team consisted of Zach Nien Malhas at mid, Gabriel Yazuki Nig at top, Jason Wild Turtle Tran at ADC, Derek Lemonation Hart at support, and finally High Lamb in the jungle. Following some losses, Yazuki and Nien both left the team, and On Balls Lei was called in to take over the top lane, while Hai moved to the mid lane. Will Meteos Hartman then proceeded to take over in the jungle. Wild Turtle was then called upon to substitute for TSM. The team then picked up Zachary Sneaky Scuderi to become the ADC. It was with this team that they qualified for the summer split of LCS. And it was also at this time that Jack Etienne, the general manager for TSM, decided he wanted his own team. Through negotiation with Quantic Gaming, Jack bought the roster and the LCS spot for only 15k. Cloud9 was a dominant force in the summer split. High's shot calling, as well as Elimination's pick ban, led to Cloud9 going 25-3 in their inaugural split. They won the split and went into Worlds as the number 1 seed from NA. Back then, Worlds worked differently, and Cloud9 went straight to quarterfinals. They were then knocked out of the tournament by Fnatic. Cloud9 continued their dominance going into 2014. They finished Spring Split going 24-4, and once again won in the NALCS. They had submitted themselves as the biggest team in NA. Unfortunately, this level of dominance can't last forever. High suffered a collapsed lung and had to miss All-Stars. That being said, it's not as if the team wasn't dominant anymore. They went 18-10 in the summer split in a tie for first with LMQ. They were then knocked out of playoffs by TSM. Cloud9 was doubted going into Worlds. High in particular received heavy criticism from the public. Then, Cloud9 made history. For the first time ever, a North American team defeated a Korean team. Cloud9 was then knocked out of Worlds by Samsung Blue. It was a rough start for Cloud9 in 2015. High had RSI, better known as repetitive strain injury, in his wrists. Cloud9, for the first time, got second place in Spring Split, going 12-6 and lost at finals to TSM. These factors led to High choosing to retire, setting the record for longest roster stability in LCS. Cloud9 was then forced to find a new mid laner. After some searching, they found a new mid in a Danish player known as Nikolaj Incarnation Jensen. Jensen was banned from competitive play due to DDoSing and being incredibly toxic in solo queue. Fortunately, for Cloud9, Riot reversed their decision, once again allowing Jensen to play in LCS. Jensen and Meteos didn't work well together, which resulted in the team going 5-7 in their first 5 weeks of play. The team needed to make changes and fast. In the end, Meteos opted to remove himself, and High and his shot calling were brought back into the fold. Even then, the team struggled, but they managed to stop the bleeding. They finished 7th place, avoiding relegation, going 6-12. With the championship points they had won in spring, Cloud9 qualified for the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is the system used to decide the 3rd seed for NA. A series of matches is played with the teams facing off in order of championship points. Cloud9 was placed at the bottom of the Gauntlet. This meant they had to play and win against 3 other teams to qualify for Worlds. The odds were stacked against them. Then Cloud9 made history. 3-2 Gravity, 3-2 Impulse, 3-1 Liquid. Cloud9 had qualified for Worlds for the 3rd year in a row. Balls got a pentakill at Worlds that year on Darius, and they went 3-0 in their first week at Worlds. Cloud9 finished 3rd in their group and was sent home for the first time, not making it to quarterfinals at Worlds. Cloud9 made significant roster changes going into the 2016 season. Elimination took a role as a coach, and Michael Bonifufu Carrillo was brought in to take up support. Rush was also signed as their new jungler. It should be noted that High and Bonifufu would be splitting time on support until the team felt that Bunny was ready to take up the role permanently. They finished 3rd that split, going 12-6. Cloud9 was knocked out of playoffs by TSM. Cloud9 then changed up their roster going into the summer split. A world champion in SKT Impact was signed for the top lane, with Meteos coming back into the jungle, and Andy Smoothie Ta splitting support with Bunny. The team finished 3rd, going 12-6. They went on to fall to TSM in finals. Cloud9 once again played through the gauntlet, defeating both Envious and Immortals to qualify for their fourth year of Worlds. Cloud9 took second in their group at Worlds and moved on to quarterfinals. Cloud9 was then knocked out of Worlds by Samsung Galaxy. Cloud9 once again mixed up their roster going into the 2017 season, with Juan Contracts Garcia being brought in to take over in the jungle as Meteor stepped down. The team would also acquire Ray to split time in the top lane with Impact. This top lane split would eventually lead to Cloud9's sword and shield strategy, which relied on the difference between Ray's more aggressive carry style of play and Impact's more defensive tank-based play. Cloud9 took second in spring split going 14-4. They then lost in finals to TSM. Cloud9 kept the same roster going into the summer split, placing fourth with a record of 12-6. They were then knocked out of the first round of playoffs by Dignitas. Cloud9 then defeated CLG in the gauntlet to qualify for Worlds. Cloud9 made it out of groups and lost in quarterfinals to Team WE. As we go into the 2018 spring split, Cloud9's roster has the following players: Eric, Licorice, Richie in the top lane, Dennis, Sven Skaren, Johnson in the jungle, Nikolaj, Jensen in the mid lane, Zachary, Sneaky, Scuderi as the AD carry, and Andy, Smoothie, Ta as the support. Cloud9 has always been a dominant force in the North American LCS. They have never once missed going to Worlds since joining the LCS and have the best record internationally of any NA team. As a whole, Cloud9 is a well-respected team with a reputation of honesty and taking good care of their players. Cloud9 has a 70.31% win rate for regular season games and has the most quarterfinals finishes at Worlds of any NA team. Thank you for watching today's video. If you would like to see the history of any other team, make sure to leave a comment. Also remember, if you liked the video, to like and subscribe.